Good morning, Eastern Oregon, on this August the 12th, Thursday, on AM, on EOAlive connection to Eastern Oregon. And hey, it's good to be here this morning with Doddsy. And how are you, man?
Good morning. I'm good. It's Thursday. We got one more day left this week. This has been kind of a down week for me.
Oh, man, I am just dragging. I am just this whole week. I have been it seems like barely functioning.
I told Bennett yesterday I felt like I got ran over by a bus.
Yeah.
it was literally like it just took a lot out of us.
Yeah. Well, and I used to do, when I was younger, I did production work and I would do overnight stuff, and could do an all-nighter and recover pretty quickly. But it just did not happen this time. I personally had, I think, 3 days of 5 hours or less sleep. So by the time we got to the game, I'd had 15 hours of sleep, so it was just, I was dragging. I really was, yeah.
What was it? Friday night, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Bennett and I were over in Baker, and we'd already had a long day. We finally got done with our jobs out and about at about 11.
Oh, man.
And the only places open in the whole town to eat was McDonald's and Pizza Hut. And so we got some pizza. By the time it was all said and done, I was in Bennett's room because that's where the computer was set up. And we ate, and I was like, we were working, and by about 1, I was like, dude, I gotta go to bed. I'm done. And then 7 came real quick that next morning, real quick.
Yeah. What a day.
Yeah, it was. It was good. It was excellent.
Yeah. Hey, thanks you guys for chiming in. And somebody commented on BC. And there's a big story to that. But hey, we'd like you to comment, ask questions. We don't have a guest this morning, so that's kind of you guys. You're kind of it. And so we'd like you to be a part of the conversation. And there's lots to talk about. There's just a ton of stuff that's going on. Plus, we'll show you some pictures from the Shrine game.
Inside look.
An inside look. That's right. Yeah.
Let's bang out some weather.
All right. Let's
get this weather going.
Let me find it here.
I'm imagining that it's probably going to be hot, BC. But I don't mind the heat, except for triple digits. I was right. So it's going to be cloudy, hazy. I think it's mainly the smoke, right? It's going to get all the way up to 100. What's crazy was it's staying warmer later.
Yeah, and that's exhausting.
Yeah, I don't like it. No. I like the heat during the day, but in the evenings I need it to cool off and make But I got AC, so I guess it's not too horrible.
No, and that's kind of that's the beauty of living in the Northwest, as far as I'm concerned. Is that it gets cool in the evening. So all right, and then here's tomorrow.
1 degree hotter, about the same.
Yeah.
Cooler in the morning, and then it heats up and stays hot.
Yeah. So I had seen somewhere, we'll have to see what Gibb's extended forecast is.
You called him Gib. That's Gabe.
Gabe, sorry.
Been hanging around with them Vegemite eating Austin.
That's right. And see what his extended forecast is, which comes out tomorrow.
Anybody listening or watching ever had Vegemite? It's terrible. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Tyler. You're engaged, Tyler? I thought you were married. Has anybody had Vegemite? BC, you had Vegemite?
I think I had just a taste of it to know that, because I spent 6 weeks in New Zealand and Australia when I was in college, and just enough to know. I had a friend, I think I was telling you that story the other day, who he put Vegemite on a piece of toast like it was peanut butter.
Yeah, you did tell me that story.
And we were the director. It was a musical group, and the director that we were with was real strict about, you got to eat everything that's put in front of you, And so he took that, bless his heart, he took that Vegemite and spread it over 4 or 5 pieces of toast. But he was, it was awful. It's a yeast extract.
Yeah.
And
I know what it is.
Is it real bitter? I'm trying to remember.
I'm going to I'll give you guys the definition, like my definition of Vegemite.
All right.
I had a babysitter when I was young that was Australian. My definition of Vegemite is if you were to take a bouillon cube, chicken bouillon, whatever, crush it up and mix it with the bottom of a pond, like the mud off the bottom of a pond, and eat it. That's the only way I can explain it. It is absolutely terrible.
I have no idea why.
It's so salty.
Yeah, I don't know what the point is. I guess.
Well, they probably look at us and like, why do we put mayonnaise on everything?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because I think mayonnaise is disgusting too.
Do you?
Oh God.
Oh man, I'm a huge mayo eater.
I mean, I'll have it like in stuff, like if it's like on potato salad or whatever, but not like on a sandwich. Like, nah. I mean, if it's there and it's got mustard on it too, and I can't really taste it, it's fine. But not a fan.
Yeah. Good morning, Dana.
He's right. Vegemite is shite. It's terrible. You got the Rona. I'm sorry, man. Dang. Hopefully you get married. I know you're happily married, Tyler. I was giving you crap. Hopefully you get through that. I didn't actually get like diagnosed with it when I had it, but I'm pretty sure I had it. I mean, if I had to guess, I had it. There's no doubt. Dana, good morning. No, I haven't had poi, but I've heard of it. I have however, had spam masuba. Have you ever had that?
No.
So they take a piece of seaweed and then sticky rice, and then spam, and sometimes the spam's like fried, and then sometimes they'll put a little ginger or whatever, wrap it up like a sandwich, and then you wrap it in plastic wrap and you put it in the refrigerator, and it's just a snack. As a matter of fact, my son, the very first time he met my buddy Fooey, who's a coach in South Salem, football coach, has Island Boy football, Salem area. They're highly successful. He played football at Western Oregon University. His son was playing on the 3-on-3 hoopla at downtown Salem. So I took Kyron. Kyron must have been like 4 or 5, and he'd never met Fooey yet. And Fooey's a 400-pound Samoan dude, right? And we go walking up, and Diego, his son's playing, and Kyron's just in awe already. When we get up to Fooey, Fooey shakes his hand, reaches in his pocket, and pulls out a spam masuba and hands it to Kyron. And Kyron was just like in love instantly, because Kyron even when Kyron was a little baby, food was his jam. I mean, and he handed him this spam masuba, and he was heaven. BC, like,
oh my,
yeah.
Did he know what he must have known what it was?
I made it. I'd made it before. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I used to make it all the time because it's easy. And it actually tastes really good. I mean, spam's not good for you. Obviously, it's got a ton of sodium in it, but you mix those three together, and it's not bad.
See, when we would go hunting, when we'd go elk hunting, and during the day we had a camp, and then you'd ride on horses out to where you were going. This is way back, and we were in the Tetons, and so it was a long ways back to begin with. And so then you'd get on a horse and you'd ride to where you were going to hunt that particular day. And so you'd take your lunch with you, take enough to build a little fire and so on and so forth. And man, fried spam was just, it was the bomb. I mean, you could build a little fire, and you could hold a piece of spam with a fork over the fire and fry it. And it was like Mama's cooking. I mean, it was just fantastic. So, yeah.
Some people are anti-spammers.
I know they are. I mean, they're like memes about it in the whole 9 yards. And
yeah.
It's like a thing.
Yeah. I one of my fondest memories growing up, when we first moved to La Grande, we moved into a house on 8th Street, right at the bottom of the sledding hill, the college.
Mm-hmm.
And right on the corner there was the Islander house. Like all the Island guys lived right on the corner, right at the bottom of the 8th Street hill.
Okay.
And almost every day, they'd be out in the street there playing stickball, which stickball, a little ball of tape usually, and a stick. And it's like baseball. But on the weekends was when it was really cool. I was in 7th grade, and they would have these big parties, and they would bury pigs in the backyard. They would bury fish and all the food. Oh, my goodness. Wow. And they treated us like we were family. The kids in the neighborhood. Peter Buman lived around the corner. He was my age, and then the Rudds lived down there, and we all played kick the can in that neighborhood. But then the Hawaiian or the Islanders, they would feed us kids, man. It was just
when I think back on it, I've never met an Islander that was rude or that. I mean, they're just always so kind and nice.
It's their culture.
Yeah,
they have a different culture.
That's so cool. And
I'll tell you one thing though. One thing about Samoans, and I spent a lot of time with Samoan people in Salem. My really good friends are Samoans. They're one of the few cultures like that can fight their best friend and be best friends the next day. Like if I got into a fight with somebody, we're probably not talking for a long time.
Yeah.
If it gets to the point where we're fighting, there's serious issues. Samoans, they'll knock each other around and be best friends the next day. It's so weird, BC.
That is a little bit how it was in junior high for me. I mean, we had a group of friends, and I remember occasionally it got to a fist fight, and the next day you'd wake up with like, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, it was over at that point.
Yeah.
If it came to fists.
So in I think I can't remember if it was in 8th grade or 7th grade, but we were in the annex gym at the middle school and we were playing basketball. And I don't know what happened. I was probably running my mouth like usual. And I got into a fight with somebody. He still lives here. And we brushed it off quick. But any other fight I've ever been into, I didn't talk to the person after that. Except for my brother.
Yeah, brothers are a whole other animal.
It's a whole different,
yeah. Brothers are that way. You'd have a fist fight, and it's like the next day we're brothers, man.
My brother called the cops on me one time.
Really?
Right here. We were like 8th grade or 7th grade. He's only 15 months younger than me. They threw me in the back of the cop car and they locked the keys in, so I had to sit in the back of the cop car while they went up to, because I think they were trying to scare me. Well, they went back up to the police station, came back down with another set of keys to let me out, and I mean, I hit him with a wire hanger, so that probably wasn't the smartest thing because it left a lot of marks. Did I just admit that on TV?
Now, was this older or younger, brother?
He's younger. Yeah. I'm the oldest.
Yeah. No, my brother Brian and I got in some vicious fights when we were. I mean, it was
knock him down, drag him.
Oh my, yeah, and he was. He was like a foot taller. He was a lot bigger than I was. And in fact, this one fight that we got in, I just hit him. I hit him in the face 2 or 3 times because I was trying to entice him. And so then when he did get mad, he wouldn't hit me in the face, but he broke ribs. Yeah. Yeah. This was like, yeah.
I don't like hitting people in the face, but me and my brother, we went at it.
That was the last time. That was after that moment. That was
the last time me and my brother fought was out at my aunt and uncle's. We were like 15 and 14. He was gone a lot. My brother had some issues as a kid, and he pulled a knife on me, and it was over. It was not good. Yeah, but now we get along good. We're different, but we get along good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any corny dad jokes?
I do.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you a time traveling joke, BC.
Okay. I'm a time.
Yeah. You didn't like it.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Did you know that the Air Museum in Tillamook is the largest wood clear span building in the world?
No.
Yeah.
And isn't that where the Spruce Goose is?
Yeah. Well, I think they moved the Spruce Goose to McMinnville, actually.
Okay.
You know where the water park is in McMinnville and the Air Museum there?
No, have you ever been to any one of them? Yeah.
Yeah. I think they moved it over to McMinnville now.
But the Spruce Goose, I mean, I wonder if they built that because the Spruce Goose is the largest wooden airplane ever built. And so I wonder if they...
I think that's what it was built for.
Right, yeah. So they built the largest wood clear span building to house the largest wood airplane ever built. Yeah.
Good morning, Julie. Also, we have the largest sea caves in the world.
Sea caves?
In Oregon, yeah. Yeah. The Sea Lion Caves in Florence.
Oh, wow.
Largest sea caves in the world. You ever been there?
Yes.
It's awesome. I love the Oregon coast.
I'm going to the coast.
Where are you going?
I do not know.
Have you done like Thor's Well, Cape Perpetua, all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, we spent, several different times on the coast, and we're going with family, and they made the plans, and so
Which side of the family?
This is Tanya's kids are here. Layla and her husband are here.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Good. And they're from Texas, and so they wanted to go to the coast, and so we're going on Sunday night.
Yeah, and you're going until Tuesday. I'm doing next Tuesday. I'm running the show by myself, so be prepared for some terror.
That's right. Who knows where it's going?
Yeah, you never know. The Cape Perpetua. So we took the kids there. We used to live only 45 minutes from the coast. We spent a lot of time there. Nesquin's our favorite beach. Cape Perpetua, I get about 15 feet from the edge because it's pretty high up there. So it's a point. Mm-hmm. And I start getting the wall. I can't go out. I just stay back and take pictures of everybody else. And
I'm not sure I know where. I guess I don't know where that is specifically.
I think it's outside of Lincoln City, if I remember right. I don't know exactly, but it's just you can drive all the way up to the top, get out, and look out over the ocean.
And what's special about it is that
it's huge just a cape. Cliff. Yeah, it's a cape, so it's a point that
sticks out. Yeah,
it's scary, man. Dana, when is the auction? You tell me. You're the boss. I listed it for tomorrow, but we can figure that out. I'm not real worried about it. He's talking about the Doug Trice Memorial Golf Tournament. It's in a week from Saturday, and Dana and I are going to auction playing with us off. So we have a week, and it's $100 per person to play in the tournament, a team of 4, and to play with us, it's a $125 starting bid, but you also get some swag thrown in. Maybe Dana will throw in a round or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out for you. But we've already raised enough money this year through just sponsors alone to cover the 2 LeGrand scholarships. So we decided that we're going to expand the scholarships. We're going to give 2 $1,000 scholarships at LeGrand High School to a student athlete with a GPA of 3.0 or above, 1 male, 1 female. We're also going to give 2 $1,000 scholarships to anybody in Union County outside of LeGrand High School. Same thing, 3.0 student athlete, 1 male, 1 female.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
And what is that? Is a golf day?
Golf tournament. So the tournament is a 4-person scramble, and we'll have prizes for the winners, and we'll have lunch. We're going to do a bagged lunch that you just grab on the way, just because of the COVID stuff that's going on. We're going to keep people separated. Last year we didn't even get to have a tournament, and we still raised enough money for to give the 2 scholarships. We played a 2-on-2 match, essentially battle at the peak. And for the fundraiser, and people came out and followed us around in golf carts. We filmed it. It was pretty fun. And this year we're able to have this tournament. We're just going to keep everybody socially distanced, and it's going to be a good time.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, it's for a great cause. Doug Trice, he did a lot for our community, and as soon I just felt it on my heart as soon as I heard that he passed. We got to put something together,
Yeah.
And they renamed the softball field after him.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I saw where they're redoing the turf.
Oh yeah, they're putting turf in.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I like the idea, but I don't like the idea that it's a joint venture between the city and EOU. It never works out well because
it's not just it's not this. Then I mean, it's like there's 3 agencies: the city, EOU, and the little league. Is
baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah, just baseball. But here's the thing: what in my experiences with this type of project, which Dallas, they did the same thing. The community raised the money for the high school to get the field turfed, and it's everybody's going to be able to use it. It's a community, and then once it's done, the powers that be nix that down. So I hope that doesn't happen. Like I hope that EOU doesn't say, well, we put in on this, or the city or whoever. I just hope it stays a community field.
Well, and the only reason EOU is a part of this right now is because
they don't have
their own field.
Yeah, it's that simple. They don't have a place to play.
Right.
So they threw money in to be able to play at.
I guess what I didn't understand is, I mean, there's not much grass on the infield, though, right?
The whole infield's grass.
Well, I mean,
the base paths, the big base paths area are dirt, but the infield is grass.
I know, but
so now all of that will be turf. The dirt all the way to the outfield grass will be turf.
And so even the base runner paths are turf too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then how do you slide? I mean, there's no dirt.
You ever slid on turf?
Never.
It's not bad. It's better than sliding on dirt.
Huh.
Yeah.
But
on the west side, they only play on turf because it rains so much. So, yeah, sliding on turf is not as bad.
So then you're essentially doing away with mud, except for the outfield grass that you're
doing away with water. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, because the turf has they build in a drain system, which a regular field does have a drain system. It's usually got rocks down beneath the clay, but with turf, it can rain hard 2 hours before. Mm-hmm. And you can still play. Dirt and grass infield.
Yeah.
A lot of times the field's unplayable because once that water hits that dirt, it gets gnarly.
Huh.
But sliding on turf's not bad. Haven't you ever played football on turf?
Never. No. Are you kidding?
It burns a little, but it's not.
They didn't have turf when I played.
It's not near as hot. Like I would much rather slide on turf than on. And sometimes when they turf a field, they leave the base paths dirt. Just depends, but I think they're going all turf.
And that's what would make sense to me. Would make a, but
no, but then the whole point of turfing the field goes out the window.
No,
because
I agree.
You turf the field so you don't have to deal with the mud.
No, I agree. That's why I was trying to put it together. Was like
they're turfing it all the way to the outfield grass.
Yeah.
And there's some fields over in Western Oregon. Let me think. The big complex in Clackamas that are turf all the way to the outfield fence. Yeah. So you hit a ground ball and that thing's like a missile. Oh my God. Yeah. Because on turf, if you guys aren't aware, compared to regular grass, the ball gets at you a lot quicker because the grass, natural grass and dirt slows the ball down. Yeah. Turf has just got concrete under it generally and a pad.
Wow.
And then you end up with these little black rubber things all in your shoes and your underwear, your butt crack, everywhere. Seriously, when you slide on turf, there's little black rubber things that are in the turf that if you watch a ball rolling across turf with any rate of speed, there's little black rubber things popping up behind it. So
how much of the major leagues have turf? Are they all natural?
No, there's quite a few that are turf.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't think
there's quite a few football fields that are turf too.
Well, I didn't know that. I just didn't know that it was.
No, they play baseball. I mean, I would prefer to play baseball on natural surface because that's how I grew up.
Right.
But there are quite a few that have turf fields.
Talking about sliding, that slide that guy did. I mean,
the Dodger.
Yeah,
Trey Turner.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a gymnastic act.
It's crazy. Those guys are so athletic, and Trey Turner's just a super athlete.
And if you have not seen that, you should YouTube that and look at the guy. He does it. He coming into home plate. He does a slide, and
it looks like a ballet move.
Yeah, he does a slide, and he does the momentum just right to where at the end of the slide he's standing.
Yeah, it's called a pop-up slide.
He does,
but his was like
he pops up and kind of does a pirouette. And it was like
he was moving so fast. I mean, like just flying, and the timing and the hand-eye coordination to do something like that, especially knowing that there's a possibility that you could be in a collision at the plate, because that does happen. Mm-hmm. It's just phenomenal. And I hate the Dodgers too, but I had to post that. I even said something like, I think I said Dodgers - no bueno. This slide bueno.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Padres fan, if you guys don't know.
No, it was funny because I saw it and because you I think the clip you had shared was a GIF, and so it was pretty short.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to see the whole thing, and so I found it somewhere else and looked at it.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. These athletes these days, they're getting. Oh, Tanya said you guys are going to Newport.
All right, there you go.
You guys should drive up to Nescoin and check it out. It's my favorite beach. There's a river that runs into it. You have Proposal Rock right there.
Mm-hmm.
When the tide's out, you can hike up Proposal Rock and get great pictures. And Nesquin's quiet and kind of secluded. It's right in between Lincoln City and Pacific City.
You know, I have kind of a cool story. I was out on the coast once and had my camera. I was taking photos, and I wanted to take some sunset photos of the coast. I was by myself, and all I was doing was just hunting photos. And so, and it was around Newport, and there was a beautiful beach, Hasita Head. Is that how you say that? There's a lighthouse that's right there, and then right below the lighthouse, there's just this beautiful beach. And so I got down there, and got the photos that I wanted. And there was an older couple with their motorhome, and they were also taking photos. But I mean, it was a thing for them. They had their lawn chair. They were just waiting, you know. And so I took the photos. The sun went down. The guy said, "Are you leaving?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I got the photos I wanted." He goes, "Well, yeah, a lot of times we do this all over the Northwest. And a lot of times the best sunsets are after the sun's already gone down." And it was cool. So I just waited, like, it's pretty good advice, you know? And so I waited just a minute, and sure enough, as soon as the sun was down, the sky just exploded with colors. It was just kind of a funny story.
We have some of the most beautiful sunsets on the planet on the Oregon coast. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a certain way. Every once in a while, there's a weird sunset that happens, and I can't remember what it's called. But I have some friends that live on the beach and in Lincoln City, and they've caught it a couple times on camera. Like, it's a special event, like, to get this type of sunset. I don't remember what it's called. If anybody knows, type it in there.
Well, I tell you, I was, I mentioned a few minutes ago that I was in Australia and New Zealand, and everybody raves about the New Zealand coast and how pretty it is and everything. And so I was very anxious. Once we got to the New Zealand coast, it was like, this looks like the Oregon coast. I mean, it was beautiful, but we just have the most remarkable coast
by far
in the world. Yeah.
I didn't know how beautiful the coast could be until I moved to Oregon. I mean, I grew up on the California coast, Southern California.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time Camp Pendleton area on the beach and La Jolla. My grandparents loved La Jolla and Oceanside. And then when I got to Oregon, the first time I went to the beach, I mean, it took my breath away. Yeah. Because California beaches are not the same. No, Southern California beaches. Northern California beaches are a little nicer than Southern California beaches, for sure.
Yeah. Well,
Sebastian and Briel say good morning. Those must be grandchildren.
Oh, yeah. Yay.
Are they the ones from the video? The Christmas video?
Yes. Yeah.
They're cute.
Yeah, they're here.
They're cute.
Yeah, they're here, and yeah, we're having a good time. They got here yesterday. Well,
let's bang out some of those pictures.
Well, hang on just a sec. Let's do a commercial real quick, and we'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
All right.
EOAlive is your connection to Eastern Oregon. Get the latest and most relevant news in 2 minutes or less with Megan Demersion on our evening news broadcast. We cover Eastern Oregon's weather daily with Gabe, the EOAlive weather kid, with an extended forecast every Friday. Watch Doddsy on EOAlive Sports to get the latest sports information and interviews with local coaches, athletes, and more. See Brent and Doddsy goof and gaff with local guests on EOAlive's morning talk show, AM on EOAlive. We're available across the board, including Facebook, YouTube, Amazon Fire, and of course, our very own website, EOAlive.tv. We even have our own Roku channel and 24/7 live streaming via Stream. You can also listen to our shows on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and many other popular podcast apps. You can get everything all in one place with the EOAlive app, available on Android, iOS, and the Amazon App Store. EOAlive, your connection to Eastern Oregon.
Hey, Eastern Oregon, we're back.
Back.
Yeah. Well, let us. So this last Saturday, we were at Baker City for this Shrine East-West game. It was the biggest one-day setup that we've ever done.
By far, huh?
Yeah. And just wanted to.
It was crazy.
It was. Okay.
You got to have the camera up there, BC, in order for us to have audio.
Okay.
I know this looks weird, huh?
Like it is. I was gonna try and take that off there. Yeah.
I wonder if we switch it to this, if it's better. Let's see. Switch it. Let's try switching cameras and see. If
switch it to the blank camera.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, it's not letting me switch.
Well, it's not switch it. Okay.
There, now it is.
Okay.
That's better.
All right. Thank you. So anyhow, so this is our trailer.
Wait, is that camera on?
Oh, no, but the audio is coming through all of them.
Okay. Give us a thumbs up if you can still hear us, please.
Okay. And so anyhow, this is our trailer.
If we don't get a thumbs up, we know they can't hear us.
This is Tim Koza at the top of the left. And it's a delayed.
You think a little?
So, okay. Let's just keep going here.
Yeah, are you going to switch pictures?
Yeah, I am. So here's Benny. He was running the field camera. This is the announcer box. This was
Willie Mack.
Willie Mack and Kyle are here.
We covered up that ad behind us because we didn't have that banner up at first, and it was free advertising directly behind us for some business in Baker. I didn't know who it was, but
yeah. And this
Trevor
is
Curl,
EOU
baseball player.
One of our camera guys. Again, this is the inside of the trailer. This is Sean Halliday. He did graphics for us.
And then in the back there
is Gib Pollard.
He's the Vegemite eater.
Yeah. Gib is from EOU, and he was the technical director. This is Logan Flynn, ran camera for us. And then this is Tim Koza up at the top of the lift.
I couldn't have done that job.
Yes. It was a little, it moved a little bit. It swayed a little bit. And again, this is the trailer. There's Tanya. She's exhausted. This is close to the end of the evening. And notice the important thing, the coffee, the espresso maker right there inside the back door. Everybody laughed. It was kind of funny. It's like, what?
Yeah, you drink all that coffee and you don't even drink caffeinated coffee. That's the weirdest part.
No, I drink caffeinated coffee all the time.
Oh, you do? I always see decaf in there. Do you switch to decaf at a certain time of the day, or?
I don't drink decaf at the office at all.
Oh, there is decaf in the.
There is, but yeah, no.
Oh, I thought you were a decaffeinated coffee drinker.
No,
I was like, why do you drink all that?
No,
coffee?
I am to the point where I only drink. I won't drink caffeinated coffee later in the day. Used to be, it wouldn't keep me up at all, but
as you've aged, that's taking its toll on you. I don't drink coffee at all. I don't like it. I think it tastes like dirt. I don't even like the foofy coffees.
Really?
No, you can put all that sugary chocolate and whatever. Nope, I can still taste that bitter dirt coffee in there. Never have.
So you like the energy drinks, though?
Yeah, I like caffeine.
Yeah,
I like Bang. Shout out to Pepsi, even though they don't sponsor my show.
Yeah,
should cover that. I got Coke on one side, water, and Pepsi on the other. Bang. Yeah, I drink a ton of water though. I mean, especially on this diet, I drink a ton of water. Like, at nighttime, I probably drink 4 or 5 of these big cups like this full of water.
Wow. I
love ice water. Ice water is not good for you when you're working out.
Really?
Yeah, you're supposed to drink room temperature water. If you're dehydrated, like if you're dying of thirst, if you drink ice cold water, it takes energy for your body to bring it to the temperature that it can digest it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they say in a survival situation, you don't want to drink really cold water. You want to drink room temperature water.
Huh.
It's weird, huh? I don't like room temperature water.
So let's talk about the hubbub that's been there. So we had an interview with Cody and I had an interview with Cody and Matt Scarfo last week. Was that last week?
Yeah, early in the week.
Yeah. And we've gotten lots of feedback from that and part of it, people thought that it was our agenda that pushed them forward, and that was not the case.
Right.
and I've had, we've had some criticism, people saying, you're just a mouthpiece for the right. That was kind of the thing. And I've had to remind people the number of, because what they talked about a lot was COVID, the current COVID climate, and they inserted their personal opinions, which is fine. I mean,
it is what it is.
People come on our show all the time, and they're gonna insert their opinions, that's fine.
Prime example would be Kevin Cahill on Tuesday. I mean, you saw it.
Yep. And it's not our job to correct them. And so then to remind people that we have done a weekly CHD update on COVID. We put together a playlist the other day, and there were over 30 of them in the past year. And so we have spent way more time talking about the science of COVID than we have someone's personal opinions about whether it's legitimate or mask wearing or whatever the case might be. So just we're not carrying water for anyone.
No, that's part of our mission statement.
Yeah,
it's not. There is not an agenda there, and I hope people understand that. Like when I share the mask mandate thing, I'm not sharing that trying to get people to comment on.
Right.
I'm sharing that to give you information.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
Right.
And then people just take it into their own hands. And of course, this is a very, very controversial subject. So people, assume that it's a forum to have an argument, which, I mean, it's fine with me. I don't care. It is what it is. But don't think that that's my agenda, because it's not.
Right. But I would say that we're not. I don't dig it when people are rude to each other.
No.
Or when they personally attack each other on our Facebook.
It won't be tolerated.
No, and I'll go through and delete them. And so if you did a stupid offensive comment and you went back later and it was deleted, it's like, yeah, you know why?
Yeah.
Because we just don't put
it. Our Facebook page is it's not publicly owned.
No,
we can do whatever we want with it. If you're an a-hole, as BC would say, don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. If you want free speech, then you comment, you post
it on your Facebook page. You can
right.
post all the middle fingers you want.
That's right.
You can call me names on your own Facebook page if you really want to.
So we try and monitor that pretty carefully, and just if you engage. We don't mind that you engage. We just want you to be civil.
Yeah, be decent.
That's right. We want you to be polite, respectful. You can disagree, whatever it is that you want, but we want you to be respectful.
And here's my sentiment on this whole subject. Be kind to each other. My gosh, we're in a world right now that's scary, dude. Mm-hmm. And just treat each other decent, for crying out loud. People are going to have different opinions. People are going to, be very, very firm in their beliefs on either side. But just be nice to each other, for crying out loud. We got to come together. That's the reality of it.
Yeah. And I would say that I did not know that the conversation with Cody and Matt was going to go the direction that it did. Had I known, then we probably would have brought in some people to kind of balance out the perspective. And along with that, then tomorrow morning at 8:00, I'm interviewing George Mendoza, and we're on EO Talks. We're going to do a live conversation with George. They'll give him an opportunity to talk about some of the stuff that's going on, the masks in the schools. I don't know I don't know how much he will dive into it. But at least it will give him an opportunity to talk directly to some of those things. So if you have questions and you want to be a part of that conversation, then tune in tomorrow morning at 8.
If I had to guess, I would assume that he's not going to be as liberal with his mouth as Cody and Matt are.
Well, I guess I am, and I mentioned this when we were talking to Kevin the other day. Is that I'm sympathetic for the schools. They're in a spot.
Sucks.
Yeah. I mean, any state-run organization, whatever it might be, you might disagree with I mean, the governor could tell everyone to jump off a cliff, whatever it might be. And you have to consider that. I mean, you have to, they're the boss. And I mean, it's not that some school districts can't push against that, can't oppose it or do whatever the case, but they are in a spot, and I'm sympathetic towards that. It's not a position I'd want to be in.
No, we live in a crazy, weird world right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Ready for some facts?
Yeah.
On this day in 1851, American inventor Isaac Singer. What did Isaac Singer patent? Think about that.
I would say the sewing machine.
Ding!
Yeah.
1851.
1851.
1908, on this day, Henry Ford's company built the first Model T car. 1908. It's a long time ago, BC. 113 years. It's a long time.
My grandpa, though, my oldest, I mean, he's dead, of course, now, but he was born in 1903.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just dated yourself.
I know. Well, he was old, though. He was older when he had his first child. And so that kind of.
In 2018, can you believe that this happened in 2018? This is post 9/11. Okay. A dude hopped on a plane in Seattle and stole it at SeaTac Airport.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Stole the plane, and he got away for an hour before being chased by military jets, and then he crashed on Kenton Island.
Yep, I remember that.
But 2018, you can get into a plane and just take off with it.
It was like a little private Learjet. Or what are they called?
Wasn't it a kid? It was a kid, wasn't it? Like a young, like 18, 19-year-old.
Yeah, he'd never flown before, but he knew how to fly because he was had been in a
simulator. Video simulators.
Yeah.
Guess what the song is? Same thing.
Everything.
Yeah. Oh God. It's everything I do. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. I hate that song. I liked it back in the days, but it just got overplayed, man. Let's see. Yeah, my quote for the day. Thomas Edison: opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. So opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. I love that quote. It's a great one, especially for the time we live in right now. Like we were in Baker, BC. Benny and I we went over to the truck corral because we were starving.
Right. Yeah.
And it was like 10 o'clock, 10:30, I don't know, close to 11, somewhere right around there. They were closed. The gas station was open. I go in there. I'm like, what's going on? Like, why isn't the truck stop cafe open 24 hours? He goes, we close at 8 because we can't find anybody to work. I said, you got 4,000 extra people in Baker this weekend, and you don't have a restaurant open? It's like, holy mackerel. Yep. They can't find anybody to work.
That is that is just everywhere. Everybody is looking for people for helpers. Yeah. It's crazy. It's a crazy problem.
I was talking with Benny about the closing, the outro. Sean noticed that produced was spelt wrong. And I said, Benny, we should count how many times we used that outro in the last, because it's, what is it, about a month and a half old? Like it's the new outro.
Oh, really? It's probably uploaded. It's misspelled here in a minute when we play it.
I had him fix it yesterday.
Oh, did he?
So
but I haven't real.
Oh, yeah. So at the end it says produced by Brent Clapp Productions. Well, produced is missing a letter. and we're live in the football game, and Sean Halliday is like, oh, produced is spelt wrong. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, shit. Like, there's nothing we can do about it right now on the fly. Like, it's funny. So we ran that thing at least 50 times, and I never noticed.
But when did he play it during the game, though?
So the outro, it's part of the commercial.
The one that we just played.
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny.
So yesterday I was giving Bennett crap. I'm like, he was proofreading the news for yesterday from Flinny, and I go, he's about the last person you want proofreading because he doesn't even know how to spell produced.
Now the last person you want proofreading is me.
Oh, and me.
Yeah,
we've missed.
Yeah, I am to the point where it's like that doesn't look right. Something's
out of shape. Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is, but something's off a little
So you guys, to understand that, we have a kind of a process. Like when we're going to put a video out, we always try to have somebody look at it beforehand, whether it be
somebody who's not
working on it,
right,
just another set of eyes, because you get in a hurry and sometimes you misspell a word, or you put something in the wrong place, or you put a wrong logo up, or whatever it may be. So we kind of have a process. I don't necessarily for my sports show have anybody look at it, because my sports show is kind of cookie cutter, and I use the same stuff every time I do it. I just insert new video of me and whoever the guest is. But like for commercials or for ads or for productions that's going to go out to people, we always have somebody look over it, and we misspell stuff quite often.
Yeah, it's the nature of it. But generally people do not understand the amount of video that we put out every week.
We grind, BC.
It's probably 10 or 15 hours a week. I
Easy.
would say.
And if you look at that video times that by probably 5 for what it takes to put that video out.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
So we grind. We really do, and we appreciate everybody that tunes in, and everybody that's part of the EOAlive family. Our goal is to make this a neutral place where people can safely access information and look at my ugly mug every once in a while in BC.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video on our core values, because I think we're kind of at that point where people like, who are you and what do you stand for? Because and I think that kind of emerges out of what we talk. People understand, we're not going to tolerate stuff on our Facebook page. We're, whatever it might be, there's some things that kind of come out, but sometime soon we're going to do something where
we definitely should, just for the simple fact then it kills assumptions, because people make assumptions, and especially if they don't know us personally, which there's not a lot of people around here that don't know me personally, but there are people.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to assume things about us or about this station, because it's something that I firmly believe in. And we're not a typical TV station. We're not in the sense of like, if you want to tattle on someone and you want us to go uncover the story that we're not doing that. No.
Yeah.
I have dirt on EOU athletics every day.
Call the Observer. They'll go cover that stuff.
Yeah, I really do have EOU dirt athletics. I would never put that out for the public.
That's not who we are. We're not doing that.
Don't care.
So, yeah.
We want to bring positive, and not, it might not be positive to everybody, but we also want to inform people, but we also want to entertain people, and we want to represent our sponsors. We want to, give people access to stuff that they wouldn't get if we weren't here. That's the most important thing to me. I want to give people access to things that they wouldn't normally get to see. I want to show them what it's like, like the soccer team up at EOU got these new fitness trackers, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go sometime soon, and I'm just going to follow an athlete around with one of them on for a little while, and then I'm going to sit at the computer with their guy that does the tracking, and show people what these do and why EOU soccer spent so much money on these little things that clip onto your belt.
Huh.
And that's access that people wouldn't, people normally wouldn't get that.
Well, the bottom line is we're a video platform.
Yeah.
We want to show people doing stuff, not talk about them doing it or doing investigative stuff of what they're doing or not doing or supposed to be doing or whatever. Yeah. If it's drama related and you want us to go cover it because it's dramatic,
run along.
Yeah. It's not us. We're not on there. Yeah. So. All righty. Well, hey, thank you all.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Tuesday. Oh, we won't see you on Tuesday.
Right.
I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yep.
I'm going to have the show all to my own, so I can push my hidden agenda.
It could be. Maybe I'll call in. Just say hi from the coast. It's like, hey. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to operate all that at once. Well, I won't have to switch any cameras. It's just going to be me.
It's just going to be you.
I might sit right here, so I'm right in the front of
You might, yeah.
I'll have Benny come in and help me that day. So I'm not trying. So I don't overwhelm
Get
myself.
over. That's probably a good idea. All righty. Hey, thanks everyone. See you soon.